Welcome to the Blue House Bull Session. We are back here with you. Happy Blues Day to you all. I am joined once again by the inimitable Uber Fuzzy and nobody else, as we briefly discussed before. Man, I have just had the worst luck with some of our guests recently. Well, some of our intended guests recently. So it goes. You know, it is... As Fuzzy pointed out, it is summer. People are out doing their things. I guess. I mean, I don't know how that works. I don't go outside. It is like 95% humidity out there. Your what's it and says 76%, right?
I got it down to 67 since I posted that, and that's
the air's still thick enough. You have to chew your way through it, man. It's a mess and a half.
Yeah. Which
you think I'd be used to by now. It's Cleveland. It's summer. This happens every year.
Yes, it is peak summer. It is about to be July 4th. It is summer. It is summer in the Midwest. We are not in the North. This is supposed to be like this.
For some reason, though, it just feels worse every year. Objectively, by the measurement on the scales, it is not any worse. But it feels worse every year. Almost like the climate is changing somehow. Well. Howdy to all our guests. We're happy to have you here today. Thank you. I am excited to see you guys. I am excited to talk to you guys about some new stuff. Let's do the you want to do the Hergel Minute? Let's do the Hergel Minute. We'll open up with that one. We have a meeting this week. Yeah, we need a theme song for that.
I'm creating space to put in the theme song in post.
We have a meeting this week to discuss the release plan for Let's Cafe, so all of y'all can play it finally. I am very, very excited for that. Oh, why does the bot keep yelling? I don't know.
What bot's yelling?
Jiggy's bot's yelling. He just DM'd me. He waited until the show went live to complain to me about it.
Is it? What's your SLA on that contract?
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
I'll get there when I get there. But
also the internet is still breaking.
Yeah.
Because they're actually still dealing with a lot of infrastructure failure from the heat wave last week. Because it wasn't just, it is muggy. Muggy affects humans more than computers. I mean, humidity does affect, but it was hot enough. Things melted.
Yeah.
Plastic sagged. Capacitors stopped capaciting and leaked and things. So
all the magic blue smoke came out.
Not even the smoke, the blue goo in the capacitors just like boiled off because it was just that hot. The problem was, in places where they know it gets hot, you can have heat resistant or heat tolerant capacitors, like operating time to, up to 130. There's places where like it never gets that hot ever, and it's generally colder. They don't use those. So last week it was that hot and then some in places that never see those types of heat, that do not have higher operating capacity ones, and things broke.
and not just like things went weird, like things stopped being. This is no
Yeah.
longer a thing. This is now a puddle of former thing.
Yes.
Man. Anyway, we're also shortly going to be discussing, speaking of the Hurgle Minute, um,
Yes.
what our next major project is going to be, and we have kicked around ideas. But in between that, we have a lot of smaller stuff that we're going to get out just for fun, just stuff to play, stuff we wanted to make.
Mm-hmm.
And I am really excited for that direction. I love Let's Cafe, don't get me wrong, but I am ready to work on something different. Even if it's a different part of Let's Cafe, I'm ready to do something new. You know, let me take a short break from this, but let me get it out in your hands first, and then we'll come back. We'll add more funds to it. You know, we'll talk about what the DLC is going to be and all of that. Oops, did I spoil something? And oh man, this is not technically a Hurgle Minute thing, but have I got a thing that I'm secretly going to give you guys in the middle of August, and it is a thing of beauty and a joy forever. You have sent me a secret message.
An idea.
Oh yes. Yes.
That would work. Reduce data set, right?
That would absolutely work. Yes. We need to talk about that cuz I think that's let's do that. Let's do that.
I had one of those
thing.
brain thoughts with pictures.
An idea?
Yeah.
Man, oh man. You know what? I'm mad at Dan Salvato because I was just thinking I want to make a jump scare psychological horror romance visual novel. But I don't want to make Doki Doki Literature Club.
What is Doki Doki? I people keep talking about that and I have no concept about it, and it seems like it should be a thing. People talk about it like it's like, oh, you know, like a Mario game, and it's just one of those things that everybody just knows how this works.
So let me start this off with a great big spoiler warning. If you have not played Doki Doki Literature Club and you're into horror games in general, just kind of like cover your ears for a little bit. Don't tune away, but so spoiler warning, spoiler warning. Doki Doki Literature Club is one of those romance visual novels where you're the student, the new student at school or whatever, and you have to pick and romance one of the girls that's in this poetry club, basically, that meets after school and all of that.
Okay.
But they all have their own issues. It goes past quirks. They all have their own issues, which lead to some darker moments in things, which end up getting kind of psychological horror jump scare. And as you go through your playthrough, the first playthrough ends with the character that is your like childhood best friend, that one, you know, whether regardless of who you picked, romance, etc. There is a graphic depiction of her self-harm. Extreme self-harm. And then it leads to the ending of the game. And then you play again, and everything's just a little bit different because her character isn't there anymore. And it turns out that the leader of the literature club is self-aware that this is all a game and a simulation, and you have to do things like screw with the file system to advance certain parts in the plot line, and it gets very corrupt because of that, and there's lots more jump scares and horrors, and yandere hacker shenanigans ensue is the best way to put it. But it's dressed up like a romance visual novel.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense why people would reference that a lot with a lot of things.
The reason that Just Monica was a meme about it for quite a while is Monica is the self-aware president of literature club, aware that this is a game, et cetera, and eventually just wants to get rid of everyone else so that there is just Monica. And now that stupid like Mambo Number Five remix where it's just Monica and all the names and glitchy. Yeah. Anyway.
One of these days, I'm gonna sit down and play Pony Island.
Yeah, I have a small list of games like that too. That okay, they are games that make me think of Full Metal Jacket, not necessarily because of war content, but because of there is no happy ending. These are psychologically damaging things, but they have artistic merit because games are an art form. No, I will not take any questions on that. Games are an art form, and there are a lot that have artistic merit, whether or not they are fun or pleasant to play. You know what I mean? And I have a lot of those on my list. And then there's, what's under your blanket, which
Dirt?
less so.
Is it dirt?
In a moral sense, not in a physical sense. We ain't gonna
No,
talk
it's
about
dirt.
that game no more.
It came there from the pillow.
I see. I see. I'm not gonna talk about that game anymore. But yeah, if you have a list of things like that and a list of things you want to check out for yourself, go check out Doki Doki Literature Club. I know I just spoiled the whole thing, but it's worth going through. Be prepared for hella dialogue. It is a visual novel.
The thing is, okay, I'm the type of person that I like being spoiled on a thing because it is about the journey and not knowing. I don't like an unknown destination.
Yeah.
Or no one rather. It's not that I don't like it, it's like I do not derive pleasure by having an unknown destination. I can enjoy the journey there.
Yeah.
I am one of those people that likes the first cold open is like, the guy stabbing, the thing, and that's the end. And then they go back and then the whole movie proceeds. Like, what the ending is. Like, how did we get here? Because a lot of times I can figure out, like, oh, that guy's obviously the thing. That guy, like, I can spoiler and make my own plot holes, real easy. And it's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
It is. It is about doing it yourself. Even if you know big parts of what are going to happen along the way, it is going through that experience and seeing all the pieces and putting together pieces of it for yourself and all of that. I'm with you there. Also, it's helped by the fact that my short-term memory is absolutely atrocious. So like by the time I get there, I'm going to forget what you told me. Don't worry about spoiling a movie for me. I don't have to find out for myself to go through the experience.
Yeah. I don't know if there's a word for it, but there's a concept where like you watch a movie, okay, you go like, oh, suspense, arc, triangle, blah blah blah. You get to like, okay, now you know the ending. And there's people that immediately go and watch it again because you can watch all the other side details to see how they were pointing at those things now that you know that.
Yeah.
You know, like you don't have to, you're not watching for the plot. You can now look at all the periphery stuff because you're not like trying to miss the main thing. Like don't look where they're pointing. Look over here because there's stuff going. The Shaun of the Dead movies.
Yeah.
Although like now that like some of the references, you can notice like the license plate or the bar, the bar names or like the little things. I like that second thing. that's why I like being spoiled on things,
Yep.
because I get more enjoyment out of that second time, and my first time is that second time.
Yeah.
I'm like that with video games. I will watch people playing stuff on Twitch to completion, then I will go and play it.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm playing it for the second time,
For
but I
the
get to
first
enjoy
time.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I absolutely get that. Another good movie that's a good example for that is Everything Everywhere All at Once.
On my list, I still haven't.
Let me know when you do. It is really good, and I would love to talk more about your thoughts on it when you get there.
It is another one that like people tell me is very good, and I should watch it, and I just haven't.
Well, this one is not just it has artistic merit. You need the pop culture references, etc. This one, I genuinely feel you will enjoy. You will like what happens in Doki Doki Literature Club. You will not enjoy playing it. You will enjoy watching Everything Everywhere All at Once, in my ever so humble opinion.
Wait, this game is free?
Yes.
Oh. Weird.
Are you like starting it right now?
Similar to games you've played, Banana.
Banana?
You haven't played Banana?
I have not played Banana.
Have you played Egg?
I have not played Egg.
Did you ever watch Ineffable play Egg?
I did not watch Ineffable play Egg.
Okay. Banana is a pun joke on the egg game, where all it is you click on an egg. That's it. Imagine like the distilled essence of Cookie Clicker, but without all the number go up gamification. You just click it and there's one number, and maybe occasionally you get skins, but it's like just an egg. They made Banana, and all you do is click it and a number goes up, and occasionally, randomly, completely randomly, you skins, and you can sell the skins as items in the Steam shop, and there's different rarities, and people were making money because Steam item shop, CSGO gun skin type money shenanigans. But Banana just like took it off by storm, and now there's a million clones of it, but it is literally just a window with a banana, and you click it once and and the number goes up. But it is the simplest. I click on a thing and a number went up. Period. That's the end of the sentence. Wrap it, ship it, put it in a box. Yeah.
Interesting. That sounds like something that people that run a game studio would have a great interest in researching. How much is it? $24.99?
Banana?
Yeah.
No, it's free.
Oh, never mind. I'm no longer interested.
you can buy skins for your banana, and they're like 25 cents.
25 cents to buy a skin for your banana.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't the point of a banana to take the skin off? What in the name of K-Pax is this?
It took you a minute to get that reference, yeah. Popular user-defined tags for this product: psychological horror.
How?
Because people do that to show it's a common troll thing on Steam to show how bad to highlight that those tags are not set by the people, they are user-defined tags.
Fair.
It's like, I saw a post. Occasionally when you're browsing through Steam, there are some adult-oriented games that are basically thinly veiled.
Yeah.
Not even porn, they're just hentai, like puzzle slider things. Ooh, you solved the 2x2 puzzle slider and got the thing, and now we show you boobs,
And tentacles.
And yes, sometimes at the same time. But there's a slew of those, and they get recommended to people and somebody was going through, and every time they'd get one of those recommended, they would add female protagonist as a tag to it. And I'm like, oh my God, that's so horrible. Because legitimately, if you're like, I want to go play a game, women power, et cetera, et cetera. It's like, I want to go play, a main female protagonist that isn't, Lara Croft. Although apparently the newer Tomb Raider games are actually like pretty damn good.
I have opinions. We'll come back to them in a second. Finish your thought.
But it was a troll of the user tag system on Steam is very broken. So a lot of times things will get tagged with psychological horror when they are very much not. Just to sort of shit in the swimming pool.
Can I say again how much I love Liquid Death?
No.
Not sponsored. The
No.
sons of
No, you hit your
bitches
limit.
won't sponsor us. But
have you reached out?
do you know what they did? Let me tell you, in case you don't know what they did. A couple of years ago, they partnered with us at Zeldathon, and they sent us a whole bunch of it. And now I'm hooked on it because it was free, and it turned out to be really good. And now I'm paying money for it because it's really good. Have I reached out?
Speaking
No.
of Zeldathon,
We've got an audience of 3. They're not going to send me a case of free drinks because 3 people listen to me say it's good. Speaking of Zeldathon.
wait. You don't know until you ask.
I cannot argue with that. That is technically true.
The worst they can, the minimum they can do is say no. Well, the minimum they could do is not even reply. The general thing they're going to say, like, sorry, you don't meet our, requirements for sponsorship, blah, blah, form letter. Okay? What's the worst that can happen? They just put you on a blacklist and, like, auto-delete your mails? They were probably doing that anyways. That's no different than you not mailing them. There's no hurt in asking. And they're like, screw it. Send them, you know what? Somebody's having a bad day or a good day. And like, you know what? Screw it. We'll send you a case. Stick our logo on there. Don't talk shit about us. Here you go.
It's just crazy enough to try. I think I'm going to have to.
It's like the stories of the companies that, like, you can send a invoice for, like, services rendered or whatever from so-and-so's consulting firm or plumbing or HVAC or something just to the billing receivables department of a large corporation for, like, a weirdly specific number, like $73.27. Like, this is not just like $50. Like, this is very specifically somebody times hourly plus parts, blah, blah, blah. Like, this is a very specific number, and they get paid back because somebody's just like, if somebody knows to mail this address, it's probably just fucking send the money out.
That one feels a little less ethical, but I do like the idea of reaching out and being like, hey, Liquid Death, hey, Monster, you guys keep me alive.
What about... Yes.
What about Zeldathon?
I hear one is coming up soon.
It is. It is coming up August 13th through 19th. Do I have a command for that? I should. Well, if I don't. If you go to Zeldathon.com, it definitely tells you that the 13th through 19th, Zeldathon 1986, of August, to clarify, August. We got a month and a half still. Oh my God, it's almost tomorrow already. Zeldathon 1986 is coming up, and I am still slated to be there, and I may be playing a video game. I don't know. I'm not going to spoil anything there. I'm not going to leak the schedule or talk too much about my segment or Jamie and Danny and Marissa's segment that I have something cooking for or any of that other stuff. Oh, I appreciate you. Yeah, I'm going to need some help to get there this year. It's going to be an interesting journey, but I absolutely want to make it there. Go see all my friends. Go raise some money for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, a fantastic cause, which I have gotten very, very much connected with recently. I support their mission, absolutely. They don't pay. The kids don't pay. Their families don't pay. Everything is covered. All the things they need and their comfort and well-being is covered. And that's something we need a lot more of. We just collectively need to make sure we have money to keep it happening. But, I know people. I did not realize this at first until I talked to some of my Zeldathon team members and friends and everything. I know people who have been through the organization in a time of need. Not just like worked with them, but like this saved my life and kept my family afloat. And that makes it a personal cause to me, which is one of the reasons I'm always so happy to raise for them.
Yep.
But yeah, there's a lot of good stuff coming up at the event. Oh man, there's a lot of good stuff coming up at the event. Clinket, are you here? Are you going to yell at me if I tell everyone about Zelda Paint Composer?
Ooh.
Oh my God! If she hears this, she's going to kick me off the team. Oh, yeah. Okay, that might be a segment. That might be something that Danny, Marissa, and Jamie are doing. So keep your eyes open for that. That was an interesting experience. Okay. I plan on doing a behind the scenes video about that or talking about it on the podcast. Either way, after Zeldathon is done. And I'm hopeful that we'll be able to set a donation incentive to release it publicly as well. It ain't nothing too fancy, but, just in case. Just in case.
Oh my God. I did not see the Sailor Zelda picture. Oh,
yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I still think, especially with the new Echoes of Wisdom coming out.
Oh yeah.
They have a perfect Look, if Nintendo wants to print money, okay? Metroid is popular. Metroid is also one of those rare female protagonist games. Zelda, for Against the Thing, is a main character female, now a female protagonist.
Second time.
Yes.
All the CDI fans, it's the second time.
I was like, oh, finally. I'm like, finally. And I said, like, finally, ... question mark. CDI has entered the chat. And they're like, oh, God. I was inebriated of some sort one night. And I had an idea pop into my head. And thanks to the wonderful world of generative AI image generation, I sent Jason a picture of a very Hyrule themed Metroid-esque power suit.
I remember that.
With Zelda inside of it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why hasn't this crossover existed? Why does Nintendo hate printing money? If they did a, basically isekai, Freaky Friday swap and Zelda was suddenly, stuck on SR 522 in a Hyrule power suit. Just like, well, let's go kick some ass in a different dimension. And then Samus is over there with a sword and they've got to they're talking back and forth and it's one of those chapter 1, chapter 2 flip back and forth. Could you the internet would lose their shit.
One word. Ridley Dorf. I don't know how it would work, but despite the existence of Mother Brain, Ridley is the big bad of the Metroid universe, right? When you get right down to it?
Ridley's the flappy one, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
See,
Right?
I'm telling, like,
Right? That would it is. It's a money factory. It's something people would go crazy for, with the sole exception of the purest fanboys.
they totally, like, they're both first party Nintendo things. They own the rights. They'd be licensing it from themselves to themselves. You can have crossover games. Smash exists, but at least those are like, you have to keep it pure, isolated, blah blah, But like, no, I mean like a straight up integrated crossover.
Yeah. 100%. I would love something like that.
Could you imagine dropping into a morph ball and rolling across Hyrule Field?
Hut, yeah. It would be faster than side hopping. Man, I'm going to open
Could you
Godot
imagine?
tonight, okay? I'm going to get off of this podcast, and at 8:06, after I've, done our raid, I'm opening Godot.
Picture this. Okay, some of it be side scroll, some of it be first person, later prime type games. But Zelda's in the thick of things. There's a bunch of little creatures. She reaches down on her side and pulls out a rupee, like a big, like, brick, like rupee, crams it into her thing, locks it in and fires out, and just shards of rupee gems go out like shrapnel, and just like a shotgun blast.
Yep.
I know it was a crazy, intoxicant and fueled fever dream, but like, oh my god, it could be. Yeah.
There's so much potential for really cool stuff there. I would love that. The Hylian and the Chozo interweave timeline in the past gives so much rich story fuel too. Just say this is one of the fragmented timelines, because the Zelda timeline's already good and well truly screwed.
Maybe we find out the Chozo were the Zonai.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Where's Ganon 11 when you need him?
Because they still haven't. They opened that door. They opened that door way wide open with Tears of Kingdom. They're like, oh yeah, they're just descended from, gods or some shit. And then they're here and they boinked some humans. And then Hyrule happened. And they're like, no, go back. There's all this tech. What the fuck? You just left this big cliffhanger. And then they're like, oh yeah, we're going to walk away from that whole line and that world. Like, oh my god, you could have an entire... Why does Nintendo hate the world and their customers so much? Is it a Japanese businessman culture thing?
Yes, it's not hate, but it is kind of a business culture thing and a enforced purity separation thing.
Like, look how long it took them to make like actual Zelda like for them to actually make a actual licensed like Hyrulean Shield and Master Sword that you could buy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So neither of us are like particularly bountifully wealthy right now. We're both kind of in a bit of a struggle. I know, I understand that.
Yeah.
Are we getting the Deku tree? Is one of us getting the Deku tree?
The what?
The Lego Deku tree. Is this the first you're hearing about this?
Holy shit!
I did not know you had not heard about this yet. Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah. All right. That's.
Oh.
Let's see. Lego.
Oh, 2-in-1. Ocarina and Breath of Fire. Oh.
I'm doing the thing.
Look at that. $300.
That's why I bring up the whole we're both broke as hell. But with that said,
2,500 pieces. See, I hate that the piece counts are so high on some of these because it lies. because to do like the leaves and stuff, every little,
Yeah.
the branch goes up is one piece, and then those little like Mendelbrot pieces are another one, and then every little leaf on the end. So that's like 7 pieces right there per branch. Oh, and then it's the 2-in-1, so you get like the pink stuff from Breath of the Wild versus. I mean,
Put it
I
on
know
your
IP
throne.
stuff's Oh my god!
Put it on your throne. You never know. There's a Skulltula. This is so pretty. I want this.
I would rather have the NES. Like, I know they're harder to find now because it's been a couple years, but like, if I'm gonna pay $300 for Lego, I want that NES.
Understand. I'm still saying though, man. I'm really debating that set.
Um, I know someone that got the Hulkbuster for a birthday present,
Yeah.
and he built it in my house because he did not have any place at his house to set up a table to work on it for a while. So he's like, Can we set up a table here and build this? Because I can't. It's gonna take a couple days of building this, and I don't have a place at my house to set up a flat surface with pieces to build this and leave it. And I'm like, absolutely. Can I sit and watch?
Nice.
And his SO found it at discount because of damaged box. And they're like, because some people like they collect them and they don't take them out of the box. So a damaged box is like, it's like, and some people are like, screw the box. I'm going to open it and build the damn thing. I don't want the box.
Yeah.
So she got like a 30% discount or something. Like she
Ooh.
had a Lego store coupon and a thing. And it was also like 10% or 15% like scratch and dent damaged box thing. And it stacked with her Lego store discount. And she had Lego store, save. Like it was like a perfect storm of all the discounts and they all applied. And she's like, I'm getting this $600 Lego set for like under $200. She just like, I'll forego eating for a week or something, and I have to get this for him.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I think one of us is going to have to end up with that. I'm not sure which one of us it'll be, but maybe I'll get it and make it my first build stream. I'll put it on my throne.
Okay. Go pitch this to Clinkit. When does it come out?
It's been pitched. It's under discussion.
Okay. Because
I can't say anything else, but I can say that, yeah.
If it came out in time, you could have in shifts somebody sitting there building it and put like a cam and put it in the corner. Like during all the streams is a live like over the shoulder build cam of it. And then like during bumpers go full screen on that. And it's just like a build cam over the length of the thing.
We have many ideas for how one could do that. We could always make it a buck a piece.
Ooh.
I have ideas. I have many ideas.
There was a tech podcast. They were doing like a marathon of events or something, and they built the big Star Destroyer, like the big table, like the big 6-foot tabletop one.
Yeah.
And they had some guy come in the morning and all day during it was like the whole week of like Comdex or E3 or something. And so they were doing like live coverage all day, but the entire time they had not quite a, Subway Runners type thing, but in the corner, they had a live build cam of the guy. And the entire time while they were doing that, he was building this and it was a race to see if he could complete it before. And he did not finish in time. He worked 8 hours a day on it during the entire show for 5 days and he did not complete it.
Hey, that gives me a really bad idea. Do you remember the game Burger Time?
Yes.
Where you walked on the platforms and knocked down the parts of the sandwich?
Yeah.
Okay. Subsurfers, but not like Subway, like Sub Sandwich.
like Subway.
Yes.
Not like Subway, but Subway.
Right. Eat fresh. I don't know the mechanics of this yet. Put it in the incubator. It needs the edges filed off. But Burger Time meets Subway Surfers in Subsurfers. There's something there. I have not refined it, but there is something there. You got to admit, even my terrible ideas, like the bar has been raised a little bit.
Okay, listeners, you got to understand this. I've known this man, like we're both well into our 40s. Okay, I've known this man since I was in first grade.
He's heard every bad idea I have pitched.
We're talking like multiple presidents.
Like that one time when I suggested I should find a way to make a candle that was made out of soap.
We've known each other before the internet existed.
Or that one
Like
time I
before
wanted
people
to
had
make like
dial-up.
bacon cheese sushi rolls.
That was good.
They were
actually was good.
wrong, but they were good.
The amount of bad ideas this man has thrown out. We used to joke. He'd throw an idea like, okay, go put it in the book. Jason's big book of bad ideas. He's like,
Yeah.
okay, I got an idea for you. And I'm like, and I pull out the imaginary book and the imaginary pen. I'm like, okay, I'm ready to write it down in the book. Just incountable tomes of bad ideas. So every good idea you see come out of this man,
Just know.
there's 100,000 behind it.
Yeah. Yeah, there is definitely a long-standing history of ideas that are atrocious. But hey, if I throw them all out there every once in a while, I'll luck into one. Thank you so much for the sub.
You people come here voluntarily.
Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Make sure you go spread some love on Red Stephanie. Especially since the paperwork is still in progress, but someone here has just hit affiliate. Speaking of which, that reminds me. I need to do a thing real quick. Let me go click a button.
Is there a button?
Is there a button?
Is there a button?
There is not a
No,
button
no
yet.
button.
We're looking for the
No,
button.
it's because she's Canadian and money and banking is hard.
Yeah, their system
it'll take
internally
extra
is fantastic. It works like a dream. It's everything the U.S. system should be, but since it's crosses border, blah, blah, blah. Point is, know that it is a race for which of us is going to be your first subscriber. It's going to be me.
It's probably going to be Bailiff, honestly.
I don't know. I keep actively checking. I think your first 5 get the first badge anyway. That's.
Oh, it's more than that. People are. It's like within like the first 6 months or something.
But that's
Somebody just subscribed to me the other day and they got a founder badge.
Nice. But yeah, I want my founder badge. I want to show my support. Speaking of showing my support, can I show a little bit? This isn't advertising, but this is me talking up a friend of mine. My shirt today, which I have been told is of dubious correctness. I'm working on it. I am still in recovery. It is not a linear process, but this is a shirt from a collection called Unconditionally, run by my friend Super Bob here on Twitch, to show that you should love yourself unconditionally. And I'm going to drop a link in the chat. If you want this or another self-care reminder shirt, if you want to take care of your own mental health and show the rest of the world that you are and they should, please drop by Unconditionally and pick up a piece of merch. Well, tell them I sent you. But this is not only an important message to myself and everyone else, it's stupidly comfortable. It really is.
Let go and let God. Oh my
Of
God.
type T, your choice. Yes.
I get that joke. It's so bad and I love it.
Yeah. No, there's some great stuff there.
Oh, this is so.
But yeah, I am very much supporting his collection and his own journey because these are all things that he has manifested along his own journey of healing. As he grows, he reaches out to help other people grow and hit that point of comfort and healing. I don't know.
Did
It's
you make a rotator image yet?
no, not yet, but that is on my list actually. Is to throw him in our hashtag not sponsor box over where's my up there where we got those things.
Yeah.
Unconditionally is going to be added to those, as are a couple other events that are going to be coming up soon. I had a little talk with Campy yesterday about some stuff that may or may not be related to a Coliseum, and also another event that I can't talk about yet. God, I hate these events I can't talk about yet. Can't talk about MC's big event in November. Oops, did I say too much already? I can't talk about the next
November's a big
Coliseum. I can talk about
November's just a
Zeldathon.
month.
It is. It is. It is. I didn't
really a
identify last streamer standing my name or anything. We're good. I can talk about Zeldathon now that that's been announced finally.
Oh, that reminds me.
Uh-oh. What does it remind you?
No, keep going. I have to do a thing.
Fair. We don't know when the next Metroid marathon's going to be yet. We're still in discussions about that, but I have apparently managed to coerce my way onto the team for that accidentally. I came in as a guest and I'm like, I want to be part of this. And they're like, well, I guess you're a team member now. Oh, I'm excited for that, though. Oh, I am excited for that. I'm excited for all of these. I have been having so much fun doing the charity stuff we do and all these events and working with amazing people. And I don't know, man. It gives me a great sense of satisfaction and fulfillment. I wouldn't trade it for the world. Boy, does it cut into your free time, though. Ah, well. One of these days, we're going to have a Hurgle-thon. We're just going to have people play all of our games for charity. Won't that be cool? We're going to get to that point, you know. We have enough games now. Or we will have enough games at some point, either way.
When are we gonna? We need to get. We need to get the Hergel channel
Up and doing a thing.
up and doing a thing before we launch Let's Cafe,
Yeah.
so we can have a big launch party and have people subscribe to that.
I'm into it.
I mean, Red Stephanie just proved you can do it in a little as a month.
So it sounds like it's pretty much time for us to get started, huh?
It has to take over a month because you need a 30-day average.
Yeah.
But it's like literally you could do it as short as 45 days. And you can do it in as little as 45 days and in as little as I think they figured out in as little as like 4 streams.
Yeah, I think we need to, you and I, come up with some sort of strategic plan. But I think I should take some time this weekend and we should go do some streaming on that channel. We'll do some co-streams or something.
One thing you could do is after you do your dev streams, if you like save them locally or record them or something, you can upload them as premieres on them. There's just a checkbox that says, I'm going to stream content that is not live. It's been pre-recorded.
Yeah.
And you could just replay the dev streams on there.
Ooh, there's an interesting thought. There is an interesting thought indeed. Yay, celebrations. Thank you. Thank you. Also, welcome, Eddie. Hi. Love you, brother. Man, oh, man. Cool stuff is happening. Cool stuff is happening. Incredibly cool stuff is happening. Did you download the update for whatever you're updating? Tears of the echoes of the ocarina, of the wisdom, of the courage, of the power of the sages, of the temples, of the ages, of the seasons, of the...
No, I had to go get my Switch friend code for Red, but also for some. It reminded me because I needed it. I needed to go get it for somebody else
Yeah.
that was watching me play the other day. They messaged me, and I wanted to send them my friend code. I'm like, oh, I should send it to Red also.
Thank you again for the bits. Yay. Can do. That's the other thing, man. Yeah, I know you told me this a long time ago. I just have not done it yet. We need a watch mode, a chill mode for Let's Cafe.
I know it's dumb because it's work for a thing, but like some people, the fact that Twitch exists, people like passively watching video games play.
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, a track mode. Can Do has one. It's not in the web version. We took that out.
Right.
It is in the paid version of Can Do for some other weird reasons that we're not going to go into, but like it was my request because like I like watching it and sometimes I just want to put it on.
And I'd really like something for that. Something like that for Let's Cafe. We have a lot more options in what we can show with that, though. So I do want to actually take some time and design what we want in there.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Because effectively...
I have visions of how I would do it. So
write them down. Throw some notes out because I also have ideas, but like I think I'll put that on our agenda for tomorrow evening.
Mm-hmm.
After 9 p.m. tomorrow, but tomorrow evening we should be meeting to discuss various Let's Cafe stuff to go all the way back to the beginning of this conversation in the Hergel Minute. Man, oh man. Digit Dungeons. I just wanted to say it out loud.
Okay, Digit Dungeons won't have an attract mode. I will push back on that one. Although,
what would be the attract mode in Digit Dungeons should be something else entirely, and we both have similar thoughts in that.
Yeah.
I want that still too.
Oh, I want it. Part of me wants to go and fix the code for the current for Mudoku's digits. More because I want to fix that code more than I want to rebuild it from scratch.
Understand.
I know I shouldn't, but there's that fixer-upper, I enjoy taking things that are broken and fixing them.
You have agency. I say that every time that Hergel meets. You have agency. If you want to rebuild that code base by means of fixing it one piece at a time, as opposed to a grand sweeping start from scratch rewrite, you have collective blessing to do so.
I think I'm going to put that energy in towards building out the document for it.
Okay.
And defining what we actually want out of it and things that we did not do that we should do this time and things that we did do last time that we should probably not do around this time.
Yeah, I get that.
And then we secretly build in tilt and tumble technology.
You know, I'm not saying we can't, but one thing I will say is if we're going to do that, I want to use some of the company budget to buy some controllers.
Okay.
I need a PlayStation controller. that has gyro.
Why? Oh,
If it's
do
going
any
to,
of the wait, which one do it? What do I have?
I have the Gully kit, which acts as a Xbone controller, Switch Pro, or standard PC. I think those are my options. But I want to make sure that I support as many possible options for motion controls as we can.
I can probably rustle up a left and a right.
I have Joy-Cons.
Joy-Con.
I have Joy-Cons. I have Joy-Cons and a Switch Pro controller. And Tilt and Tumble works with Joy-Cons.
Really?
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah, I know.
Weird.
Yeah. But yeah, it only currently works with Switch Pro or Joy-Cons. And I want to make sure I support the other motion-based controls because they connect differently.
Did the ill-fated Steam controller have tilt?
I don't know. I should find out.
I have one.
Does
I
this
bought one.
Does the Steam Deck have gyro built in?
Does the Steam Deck have
We'll just do our
tilt
research live here.
controls? Yep, it does have motion controls.
Interesting. Well, now I have an excuse to buy a Steam Deck with company money. Or I could just request the hardware through the Steamworks partner platform.
The PS5 DualSense does have a gyroscope.
Yeah. I would want to get one of those just in case.
Oh no, that's right. It does because I think the PS4 did too because the Astrobot thing. I remember playing with that.
Yeah.
Which they're relaunching with all the new for the PS5 and all that coolness. It's a whole actual like realized game. It's not just like a tech demo.
Nice.
Yeah. It was at the PlayStation Direct thing or whatever that was. It's 7:00. It's sepia time.
Oh, it is. It is indeed. As a matter of fact, I think we're going to take a 5-minute break, get ourselves some hydration and stretch our legs and all of that whatnot. So we are going to take about 5, run a couple ads real quick, all of that. Do not go anywhere. Stay right here, except get up and move for a minute, but then come right back and leave the show up. Point is, we will catch you guys in 5. Welcome back to the Blue House Bull Session. We are happy to be back with you. Happy Blues Day to you again. Hope you got up, stretched your legs, got a drink if you needed a drink. If you didn't need a drink, you're wrong. Go get a drink anyway. Stay hydrated. The weather outside is frightful and not in a festive winter sense.
I got it down to 71 during the break.
The humidity is so thick that I have to swim through the house. The kittens have melted. Did I tell everybody?
Kittens, you say?
We're kitten sitting right now. My roommate and I are kitten sitting for a friend of ours, and we have 3 adorable little kittens. They're freshly caught wild kittens. They're not super feral yet, but they are adorable, but they're not very used to people yet. And part of the agreement was I would not have to do anything, and I appreciate that very much, but you give me cute kittens, I'm going to take care of them. It's how I do. It's how I roll. So I have been trying my best to shower some love on them. You know,
They're smaller than a they're smaller than a Chipotle burrito. They're small kitten.
we moved them into a slightly smaller crate because they could squeeze between the bars of the big crate. Kittens are cats in general are a liquid. They are not a solid.
Well, wasn't that other crate from Lisa's iguana?
No, Christine sent that along because I think it was for her dogs before, but
Oh, okay.
some of the bars were just barely bent. They are itsy bitsy, teensy weensy, minuscule little kittens.
Yeah.
But they are adorable, and I have been doting on them, and I cannot wait to send them home, but I am going to enjoy every moment I have with them until then. And then my cats will no longer worry that they're being replaced or supplanted. No, I still love my babies very, very much. And I am 100% a cat person, so kind of touches right on my soft spot there. I'm into it. What is the name of this song? I saw in chat. Let me get you a link. Do. This is a cover of Wichita Lineman by a band called the Dick Schlesig Combo, made up of former members of Acetone and a few other folks. Mark Lightcap kind of in the lead on that, where they do interpretive covers of a number of different songs that are, they take popular, God forgive me, dad rock and turn it into ambient music. But yeah, there's a lot of videos on the Dick Schlesig channel where there's a cover of Jive Talkin' and Ode to Billy Joe that is phenomenal. There's a couple of live performances that have gone up recently. Mark Lightcap has done a solo guitar cover of Diamond Head by Phil Manzanera. You may know him from 801. You may not. I don't know. Anyway.
That is things I did not expect to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
But it is. There's this Discord I'm in, and it's made up of current and former coworkers. We had a round of layoffs a while ago, and we created it to keep in touch with each other. Once a season, once a quarter, every 3 months, I repost that song in the music channel. It's like, here's your 3-month reminder that this is the greatest culmination of man's creativity right here. The Dick Schlesig Combo cover of Wichita Lineman is, gun to my head, that's my favorite song, honestly. And it's big, it's airy, it's spacey, it's ambient. Wichita Lineman's one of my favorite songs in the first place. So, yeah, go give that a listen. Put that in your rotation. And yes, sumo updates. I haven't been giving those for the last few tournaments. I'll have to get back on that. I don't know, man. After seeing Takakeisho take the beating that Takakeisho took, it hurt my heart because I genuinely feel Takakeisho deserved promotion to Yokozuna. And Kirishima's amazing, yeah, but Takakeisho's a jobber, man. He's in there. He takes the, that's my guy. Takakeisho's my guy.
I have no idea what you're saying.
I know. I'm one of like 4 U.S. sumo fans. Look, I'm more impressed.
I love you and support you. I just have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm more impressed that I finally found a sport I enjoy following. I'm from Northeast Ohio. I root for the Browns because I'm legally obligated to by my location of residence, you know? They play football. That's the one that you use your hands, and it's an egg.
Hand egg, yes.
Yes. And I kind of like cricket, but I don't follow cricket.
Cricket in a lot of places is like how you just described football. It is a thing you have to do.
Yeah. Like square dancing. Do you remember learning to square dance in school? Because I do.
Nope,
You
I didn't.
You block that out? The pills take care of those memories?
No, we didn't do that.
Oh, man.
Wait, didn't we? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we didn't.
Maybe I was one of the last years where it was a mandatory thing.
Maybe. Because we were 2 years apart?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they were.
So what's for dinner tonight? Have you eaten yet today?
Fuck no.
I made
First
some
thing I ate today was those 3 Fig Newtons I had.
I made some noodles before stream, but I'm trying to think what I want to do for actual dinner tonight. It's a tough call.
I was streaming yesterday. It's the end of the expansion, 48-hour maintenance in the MMO I play. Was running out the clock, streaming pretty late. Then after I got done streaming, somebody in my free company guild thing was like, "Hey, we're doing this one last run. We're trying to get a thing completed, blah blah blah, looking for warm bodies." So I basically stayed up running out the clock with these people till like 5. Slept in way too late because it cooled off. Nice rain, blah, blah, blah. So I was up later than I wanted to, which is why I wasn't streaming today. Sorry. Also, headache because thing. Weather. I get headaches when the pressure changes rapidly.
Yeah.
The doctors don't know why. Don't say go to a doctor. I have. They're like, deal with it. Like, headaches are weird. They really can't. And there's like very, very specific things they can treat, but beyond that, they really can't. It's take some Tylenol, take some ibuprofen, take whatever general analgesic.
Analgesic.
Yes. Take the head hurty pills. But I was up too late, which means I slept in, which means I didn't eat anything. But I went to the grocery store. What?
Oh, man. I have a thing to send you, but I can't send it publicly yet. Also,
Okay.
It's a stupid heck file. I hate those heck files. But I have a heck file you need to see. Anyway, your head was hurting.
I don't remember what started this. Food. What we were going to eat. Did you eat yesterday at all? Since you were streaming all day, is that where you were headed? I didn't eat anything yesterday because I Final Fantasied for 75 hours. Yes. No. I did have a cup of ramen. Towards the end of the stream, during one of the breaks, I went and made a cup of ramen during one of my 6 different raids.
Fair enough.
So I did eat yesterday.
Fair enough.
But it's been so hot, I've had no appetite.
I get that. I have noticed I lost weight because I have not been eating because the weather's been so hot and I've been drinking way more water than usual. Go open that heck file. Do it. Do it, I dare you. I don't know if I'm supposed to have that file, but now you have that file too.
Dude.
1986 is going to be banging.
What is that the mascot or is that like the donation goal?
That's going to be available for order or pre-order. Right?
Oh, my wallet.
Right?
No, I can't. I'm broke.
I will get you
extra
one.
poor.
I will get you one.
Nah.
I got team connections. I will get you one.
No. Can I have the Can I have the sword and the shield? You can have the animal.
Now, I think we can arrange something like that. Also, congratulations to you, Red. But yeah, I get it. Oh, yo, okay. Thanks, Wagovi. I'm supposed to be on Trulicity. Actually, I'm supposed to be on Ozempic, but I can't get Ozempic covered by my insurance. They would cover Trulicity. However, Trulicity is out of stock. Like all the pharmacies that I can get to. Oh, U.S. healthcare. U.S. healthcare eats a fat one, man. Let me tell you, it is a wreck. It is a wreck. I hate it. I'm not going to get too political, but it is bad. It is bad. You know what I want? White Castle.
Tell me what you want. What you really want.
I'll tell you what I want. What I really, really want. I want a giant suitcase full of small hamburgers.
Do you remember the time we went? Everybody was over and we made that White Castle run, and we walked in. They were like, "Hey, do you have anything bigger than the Crave case?" And they're like, "Yeah, we have a crate." And they're like, "Okay, can we get 3 of them?" And they looked at us, and the guy from stuck his head out from behind the wall at the cook thing and went, "What?"
I'm sorry. Take your time. I'm not expecting them in any hurry. I'm sorry we didn't call ahead. But yes, we would like 300 cheeseburgers, please. Here, I have the money right here. We're just going to chill. I know other orders are going to come in.
Or the time they had the cheap single cheeseburgers at McDonald's.
Yep.
And they told us, "Look, if you're going to do this, call ahead. We'll take your order. We'll make it. Just give us a hot minute to like start prepping and like thaw out a whole new fresh block, because you're going to like deplete all of our meat reserves. We'll start a new block before you get here. So we're not like, oops, we're out of hamburgers for everybody else."
Yeah.
And this was before like internet ordering was even a thing. This wasn't like you could put in an order for 100 double cheeseburgers, or is it McDoubles?
It was McDoubles because they were $1.
Yeah. And they were just like, "Yeah, call ahead. We'll take like," and we did this multiple times. It wasn't like a one fluke order. Ooh, we're Mr. Beast. We're going to show up and buy 1,000 cheeseburgers. Like about every 2 weeks, we show them and be like, "Hey, we need 100 McDoubles," because there's 20 people back at the house.
Yeah.
There's 20 fat fuck gamers. Yes, five McDoubles a piece is. We are really going to go through all of these.
Standing there at the gauntlet machine. That's another one of those good memories. Once upon a time, I had a Gauntlet Legends machine in the living room. And when we got it and brought it in, people came over and played in shifts until we had beaten it.
Oh yeah, it was down to an art.
Man, I not gonna lie, I miss that. It was good times. Someday when I'm filthy rich.
The sad part is the technology in there you could easily remake so easily now.
Yeah.
Like you could take a dedicated Raspberry Pi, like one of the 4s or something, and just like glue it to the back of a cheap Walmart LCD panel, and there's the whole goddamn system.
Yeah. Yeah.
Take ye old random controller, open the case, solder the wires directly to that, plug that into the thing, so you don't have to like controller emulator, like just wire the actual buttons to the pads on the controller, so it is a controller pushing the buttons.
Oh,
which is totally what people do now. Have you seen that's how they do those now?
Yeah.
Rather than try to rig up harnesses, they're just like sacrifice a controller and just solder the goddamn, push buttons to the pads on the controller.
That's actually something else on that list of things I'm not allowed to talk about for that event that I am allowed to talk about now. Is we may be doing a hardware modification to enable something in a game for everybody to play from chat. I'm just,
It
yeah, yeah,
it is probably the best way to do it because it's like the fishing controller I made.
yeah, yeah. It is. That's another one of those dangerous but good memories.
I used to play an MMO called Final Fantasy 11, and fishing botting was a problem in that game for people that played on computer, but I played on a PlayStation, and they had all sorts of like, "Oh, you're running a bot." I'm like, no, I'm on PlayStation. Yes, Flevin.
Yep.
Yep. I modified a PlayStation controller because when I would push the button when it was time to fish, it would activate the rumble. So I ran a line from the rumble motor up to the A button, and I'd flick a switch to connect that. And so I would hit fish. I'd hit like the L1 button to start the fish, and then when the rumble would go off, it would push the A button and reel it in for me. And then I learned how to make a 555 timer and a couple of resistors to put a delay to wait 15 seconds and then hit the L1 to start a new fish. And I could just set the controller down and the button would reel it in when it vibrated, wait 15 seconds, and then hit fish again. And I hardware modded a fishing bot, and it was entirely undetectable because it was an actual controller sending it on a PlayStation 2.
Now, to be fair, it could be detected still. They just didn't know how. With the precision of your timing, they could have.
I mean, I could have built in a little.
I know, I'm just saying that, it is
Yeah.
an arms race at that point.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I was there at it. I just didn't want to have to like auto push it.
Yeah.
So.
What if we made an MMO where the goal was to automate everything? Oh, wait.
Those exist.
Yeah.
It's called like scripts or scrims or
Screeps.
Screeps. Yeah. No. Screeps is the like weird auto core bot thing. There was actually another one that is an actual like sword and board like fantasy style MMO, but it is designed to be automatable, and your goal is to do like you can play it manually to start, just like all like clicker games. You start playing it manually, but eventually your goal is to automate your team manager to do it for you, and that's how you do the larger dungeons, because like stuff comes at you so fast you cannot do it. You have to get your team to code, like you code your team to do it as fast as the inputs come in. It is designed to not be scalable up to be done by a human. I have no idea what that was called, but I remember that game.
Interesting.
But yes, I always supported the idea of like take all the people in MMOs that get caught for botting and like gathering bots and stuff. Don't ban them from the game. You get just shunted off to Cheaters Island. It is another dedicated, isolated world, and it's only the people who bot. You can't leave there. You can't transfer into it. You can't transfer out of it. It is jail. You're allowed to continue playing, but you are now playing with your jury of your peers. Let the bots fight the bots, and the people can buy, and the other bots will buy from the bots, and let the AI, and not even AI, just let the bots do that. And I just the study of that world would be amazing.
Yeah. The thing is, they did that and called it EVE Online.
No, actually, surprisingly, not that much botting actually happens. Like people will be there. Like people are there. They have automation, but they're running 6 accounts at once.
Yeah.
But people are there controlling those swarms. Although I did know a crazy person that would set up her orca to mine overnight in like a high sec area, and her friends, she would go to sleep, her friends would come by and defend it, and then she would pay them out. She would pay her guards while she slept in the money she got from mining, because she could just park her orca and just clear out an entire solar system with bots over a couple hours entirely unattended, and all we had to do was sit there and kill the pirate NPCs that would spawn once in a while.
Oh, man.
Yep.
Maybe that's another idea we should revisit. Space pirates, pirates in space. Thank you so much for the bits. Greatly appreciated.
Bits! Give him the bits!
The bits, the bits,
Bits,
the
the
bits. Yeah, now that I've actually learned a little bit more about what I'm doing, some of the ideas I had before seem so much more feasible than they did when I first had them.
That's why I don't. That's why I don't tell you no. I tell you no, not now.
Yeah.
But that's also why there's certain games I want to make at Hergel because I want us to get practice learning how some of these games work. I want to make dumb throwaway games as practice.
Yeah.
You know, we don't need to come out of the gate with a good thing. We make Mudoku's Digits, and that gives us how to do a 2D adventure style game. And we learned a lot from that, and now we can go make one of those. We could go make a Link to the Past clone pretty easily now.
Yeah.
We know how to do the dungeon design, we know how to do the mapping, we know how to do the data management. We can do that now because we have made a throwaway game. We can do I want to go do an incremental. I want to do a tower defense.
Yeah.
I want to do a deck builder. I want to hit all the major genres and do baby's first dumb attempt at this just to get learning experience. Because there's a lot of algorithms, I guess, but there's also institutional knowledge.
Yeah.
Do these things. We how much more knowledge do we now know about controller input?
Oh,
because of the games we have done.
Yeah. Just input management in general. We have completely rewritten our strategy on that and now have a semi-universal working way to handle all of that.
It's on the About page, Red.
Yes.
There's a team or about. It's on the team page.
Yep. If you go to Hergel.com and then click on About Us, there's a thing there. The TLDR is I wanted a word that sounded like a verb, kind of like Google, because it was originally for a very different project, and I just kind of picked that one randomly and never got rid of it, and I don't know why.
Well, it was originally supposed to be like a social
Yeah,
thing.
It was a social media aggregator. It was going to be a cross-platform messenger and social media aggregator because I was aiming for the sky, and I was so tired of having to run 6 different messengers to be able to talk to everybody.
Pigeon!
So I was going to centralize them all, and I was going to do it myself.
Of course you were.
And then we kept the name. We pivoted hard many, many times, but we kept the name.
Well, you've been making. You used the name Hergel for a lot of stuff for a long time.
I did.
I mean, that goes back
20 years, easily.
Yeah.
Because that was even the name when I was doing the zombies thing in the Torque engine.
The water! Was Zombies the water, or was that the science versus fantasy thing?
Zombies was the water. Zombies is the one where I saw BioShock, and their water looked so much better than my water that I gave up on my hope of ever writing a video game.
There's a problem with my game.
I wrote some of it. Wah. I wonder.
What?
I probably still have all of that stuff somewhere. I still have the license to that engine. And now that I understand things a lot better, I bet I could write something silly and entertaining in it just for kicks. Call it retro, as is a style nowadays.
As was the style of the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I fired my editor. I switched third person to third person and back to third person in the About page. Yes, probably. I also didn't follow MLA formatting. It was stream of consciousness. I wrote words because we needed an About page, and now it is there. Also, despite the fact that we're approaching a year of formally being a on-paper organization with multiple members, God forgive me, I promise it's not ego. I'm not used to thinking of Hergel as we. I'm still getting used to thinking of Hergel as we. Because for 20 years...
you say on paper, but like... we filed earlier this year. Like
yes, but we made our partnership agreement back in September. We're
really?
approaching a year of that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because I remember telling my former boss about that, and then I got let go a little while after that.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, I'm doing this thing. Is that, like, it's not competing. I have to formally tell you this. It is a side project because, rules, blah, 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 blah. But, oh, yeah, really?
Really?
Huh.
That's the other thing we need to do. We need to figure out what to do for the Hergel birthday party. Whether we do that on Incorporation Day or we do that on Paperwork Submission Day or whatever, we need a Hergel birthday party. What we do, I'm not sure, but we need a Hergel birthday party of some sort.
Oh, yeah.
And the Christmas party's going to be fantastic.
24-hour stream of Can Do.
Every time a shelf gets filled, no, that wouldn't work. That wouldn't work. I have ideas. They need refined, but I have ideas.
Oh my god. Can Do watch mode drinking game.
Oh no, we're not sending our audience to the hospital. And that's absolutely what would happen.
Oh, absolutely, it happened.
They're opening a new slider place near us. I am mixed in thoughts of it. It's called Savvy Sliders, which is apparently a chain, but the internet says they open tomorrow, the one near us. But yeah.
By the way, just to let you know,
3 for
Burger
10.
King out here is still open.
I will remember that because I do like Burger King.
Occasionally, once in a while, yeah. I hate going to it because it's on one side of a road, but it's like a 7-lane road. So, like, to make the left into it, you have to, like, sit in the horrible lane and then wait for a gap. And it's a road coming off of a turnpike exit that a lot of people get off to go to get gas and then get on the regular highway. So there's a lot of traffic there. So it's kind of one of those you have to, like, either go the long way around the city so you can come around and make a right into it, or go around this other way. And it's the same reason that Starbucks is dying, because you can't make a left into it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's rough. It's rough. There are so many things that, like, I'm tired of seeing businesses I can't get to that I want to patronize, but they make it difficult, unpleasant.
Chipotle on Bagley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only reason they're still in business is they're that good.
No, the only reason they're still in business is because of the hospital.
Well, they're still that good.
People will exit the hospital,
Out
make a
to the
right,
right, and then
make-
it's right into there, yeah. And then
and
another
they can
right
get
to
out
the
of there
freeway.
and then come around, go around the whole park and make a straight, come all the way around and make a perpendicular entrance back into there to go. Yeah, I've done it. I've just gone all the way around to get back because I was dating somebody that worked at that hospital, so I would go there, meet her, get her order, go get her food, and come around, and it was easier to go all the way around than go this way.
Yeah. Chipotle is good, though. Man, that sounds good. Maybe that's what I should do for dinner tonight. Have like a
Eat fresh?
burrito bowl. Get the rice and the beans, and then put a bunch of stuff on top of it.
I do have rice and beans.
Maybe just get the rice and the beans.
How long does salsa usually is okay for?
It's usually good for a fair amount of time. If you open it and it smells like booze, chuck it. Otherwise, you're good. Fermented salsa is a thing, but you have to do it deliberately. No accidental salsa fermenting.
Accidental salsa. It's like how do you know when sour cream goes bad?
I have found out. It turns into bitter cream.
It starts asking for a ride to the mall.
It gets really bad. I have discovered that.
Is it like noticeable?
Yes, it is distinctly noticeable.
Like before you eat it, or like can you just immediately smell it?
You can smell it a little the minute it like gets to your mouth. You'll be like, nope, everything is terrible. I wish I was dead. Can I cut off my face so I don't taste this anymore? I need a mouthectomy. I'm not lying. You will wish the entirety of your mouth was not there anymore. Fermented pickles are good. Again, done deliberately, like traditional pickling, not just like vinegar pickling.
You could.
The
I thought
lactobacillus,
pickles-
like, yeah.
I thought pickles were fermented.
It's one of two ways of making pickles.
Oh, okay.
I like sauerkraut. That's just cabbage you forget about at the back of your fridge for a couple months. Kimchi's the same thing, but with chilies in it. Boy, am I going to get some hate on the internet for that opinion.
I know that one's not true.
Right, right.
There's more to that than that.
Pickled daikon radish, one of my favorite things. Oh, man. That is good.
Just realized I haven't had. When was the last time we had Chinese food before Monday?
It was quite a while before that. It's quite a while before that. Do we need to go out to the sushi buffet? You want to go out to Kumo?
I gotta check my calendar to see if I'm not banned anymore.
You know what else I haven't
Oh
had?
no, that wasn't Kumo. That was
Kintaro.
sushi. No, it's like Sushi King or the one over at Ridge.
Oh, yeah.
James's birthday. Okay, they come around that like here's your paper menu. You mark off like the rolls you want, and they bring you so they know like here is your order, right? And I had marked off. They're like, hey, this is too much food. we're worried about food waste. And I'm like, and I just stood up at the table and showed the guy, I'm 6'1" and some hundreds of pounds. I am a large man. And I'm like, do I look like I know the definition of the word food waste?
Yeah.
And they brought me the food. And then I ate it. And then I ordered more. And I ate that. And then I was gonna put an order like, no, that's enough. I'm like, okay. And then I proceeded to eat the rest of everybody else's on the entire like 10 top table. Everybody's like pieces, like their leftovers. I cleaned the entire table. And they were watching me, and I'm like, now can I order some more? And they brought me another round, and I ate that. And they're like, we're sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what else I haven't had in a long time? Spicy picanha. When are we going to Texas de Brazil?
When we win the lotto?
I want to go while they still have the coconut fish stew as a seasonal special, because I want to try that. The spicy picanha got added to the menu year-round. I'm happy with that. That is a victory for me. But I'm still interested in trying their seasonal specials.
It's just so expensive.
I know.
Like, it is very expensive.
I know.
It's good, but
There are other reasons I can't go right this moment either, but it's on my list to do soon. It is on my list to do soon, one way or another. Oh, man. Coconut whitefish stew, man. Come on. It sounds so good, doesn't it? I'm trying to remember. You're not the one who doesn't like coconut, are you?
no.
Okay. Coconut whitefish stew. It sounds so good.
I don't mind coconut in stuff.
Yeah.
I don't like shaved coconut on stuff.
I get that.
I don't drink like coconut water, but that's different. But yeah, no, I don't like shaved coconut like what's the candy bar with the coconut in it?
Mounds.
Mounds?
Spoon
yeah, fuck Mounds.
Spoon owl.
Oh,
upside down, yeah. I like Mounds. I like Almond Joys better, but I like Mounds. I like Almond Joys too. See, now you've got the right idea. I know there's all that crudge at the end of that link, but Fogo de Chao, yeah, same thing, man. I love my Brazilian steakhouse. Absolutely. We will have to go out to that one too someday. Oh, no worries at all, man.
Ooh.
No worries at all. The important part of the link is there. If you click on it, you will see. You will see.
Yeah. And that's why my text-to-speech doesn't read URLs.
Yes. It would sound like it's beatboxing. Excuse me, please get quick X4 XR 5. Yeah, I like coconut.
It's like the people who play they take the barcodes from things and they turn it into tabs and they play those.
Yep.
Could you imagine if you just like took a URL, like you Google for something, then you take that Google URL and you do a text to speech, and then you just make music to behind it, and that's the lyrics to it. It's like a grunge screamo thing. It's just like, and then Nickelback happens.
I have an idea for a game that I'm going to save to pitch you off screen, but I have another idea for a game.
Okay.
Keyboard based. MIDI controlled.
Oh.
That kind of keyboard.
Oh. Yeah, you could. Yeah, you could take inputs from a MIDI controller, couldn't you?
I have ideas for a game that I'm going to pitch you off stream.
Oh man, I just thought about something.
Hmm.
Okay. How many keys are on that keyboard, Jason?
88.
88?
88.
You know, with a little work, you could have an 88 key Stream Deck.
Yes, I certainly
Could you imagine just having a full black and white keyboard on like above your thing as a macro thing? Just have them all labeled. Like, don't even reuse them. You could just, that's all that key does, and not reuse them until you get back to the end. And just like, okay, I need a key that does this, and just leave it up there as it's like label that does that sequence of things.
What was the PlayStation game that was themed around? Was it Chopin? There was a PlayStation game that was an RPG that was based around a classical composer and his dreams. And I can't remember what it was, but there we go. You have your MMO styled, not necessarily MMO, but styled like an MMO RPG that is MIDI controlled and music themed.
PlayStation game that was music themed.
We're asking the experts.
Composer's dreams or something.
Chat GPT to the rescue.
Rez?
No. Rez was the shooter. I don't know. I'll have to look it up now. I'll have to go back and find it. But it was a JRPG for sure. Not one of these Western style role playing games. Meh. Earthbound and down, loaded up.
Eternal Sonata?
Yes, that would be it. That would be it.
I
Eternal
added,
Sonata.
It was like Chopin or something. It was a JRPG style game.
Yep, that
game
would
you're
be
thinking
it.
of is Eternal Sonata, also known as Trusty Bell, Chopin's Dream.
Yeah.
It's a role-playing game developed by Tricrescendo Bandai Namco, released for the Xbox 360 in 2007. See, this is yeah.
Go ahead. You can have your AI rant. We got 10 minutes.
I did an interview a few weeks ago, and they asked me about AI, what my opinions were about AI. And I told them it is a tool. AI in its current state, I don't mind using, because all it is it's the same way you could go to a senior, your mentor, and ask them a question because you need, like, you've got a weird specific question, and I can ask you, like, I have a question and I need advice on this thing, except you go to this person when you need. I go to this guy because he does, the development pipeline, and this guy does front end stuff. But imagine if there was one thing you could ask that was all of those things, that you could add additional context, and all it is like asking, not keyword search. It has some context and can refine things, and you can throw partial things at.
Yeah.
That is what I use it for.
That's a lot of what I end up doing with Copilot. And it's not that the thing with Copilot when I'm writing is that it infers my questions based on the context of what I've written and the comments I've left. I don't have to ask the questions. I have the option to. There's a keystroke I can press and give it a request. I need this. This is my question, whatever. But the rest of the time, it will infer what I'm about to ask it and suggest an answer. And that is why I say this is a superpower. This is something that
Yeah.
allows me to work so much faster because I don't have to go look up the syntax of a thing I know how to do. I
Yeah.
know what to do. I don't remember what the magic words are and what order they go in, and it'll fill in those blanks for me before I have to.
The other thing I use it for a lot these days is I know how to do a thing in a different language. I know there's a PHP function that does this specific operation to an array. I know that I don't know if it exists in another language. It might have a weird ass dumb name. It might be buried under like some first party object or something, and it's like buried in there and it does something. It's called, but like, hey, I'm working in language X. I know in language Y this function exists. Here's my data. I am trying to recreate that. Is there a thing that does that? Or can you show me how to recreate effectively what that does? And it can just know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah. Just right
If
out
I
of the
try to go
gate.
deeper than that, it starts hallucinating, but you know, it eliminates a lot of the specific syntactic sugar knowledge
Yep.
out of languages too. Like, what is this? Can you explain this? Like, I know this works. I know it's trying to do this. Break this down and explain this to me. Like,
That.
I know this concept and I know this concept, but they're doing like 6 different things at once. Learning TypeScript, I've struggled with. I feed these lines into GPT and like, break this down what each part of this is doing and why. I was like, oh, it's 4 different concepts. They're just doing it at the same time. It's like, okay, that's dumb. I hate that. But now I understand it.
Yeah. Having it available to explain code makes such a world of difference, and a good one.
Yeah.
Because that empowers me to better understand what's going on, which means I can do it better in the future. It's not going to replace us.
I wonder if there's some sort of like the reverse of that. Could you have a like GitHub plugin or something that's like, look at my branch, write my PR summary. What, like, can you infer what I'm changing? Like, write the first draft summary description, like what changed in this PR. I'll go back and edit it after that to like correct the things, but it's like, hey, it looks like they're changing this function to add this parameter. They took out this, probably due to a typo or to better clamp the values between these range or something. Like, why doesn't that exist?
Because we
I
haven't
can
written
read
it
through the
yet.
line.
Hang on. I think I
But
know
like,
how we could do that.
I've seen code. I've seen GPT specifically with all the GitHub information explain stuff like that. Why can't it describe a PR? At least take a wild guess at it. You can go in and correct why, but like, describe it. What do you? Facebook has this at the top of like threads now.
Yeah.
It just summarizes all the comments. Like, this is what people are talking about in here, But it's just like in a box, like, it's like a lot of people are saying this. They like this idea, It's like, cool. I don't have to read 600 angry comments. I get the general vibe of what people are saying. Why doesn't that exist for the top of a code PR?
Maybe we have more to discuss. That is something we could probably make something that does that. Now I'm thinking about how to mechanically put that together. I am interested. The last thing I need is another project, but man, do I like this idea.
That has to at this point. That has to exist.
If it doesn't, hey, hole in the market.
Jay, ask ChatGPT to write it for you.
Shh, that's the plan.
That's why I say it has to exist. If you can thoroughly describe a thing, it can be brought into existence.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. So the remake of Myst 2, Riven, came out yesterday. It's all like re-rendered and reimagined. It's actually like actual walk around and not a fancy PowerPoint game. in the Mist world, there's a whole concept of the art, and they're writing the books, and it describes the world, and they like write it with this magic ink on this paper, and it brings it into existence, blah 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 blah. But like the whole time he's writing, he has to like he's writing things into existence. He same way like, oh, you read the thing, you picture it in your mind's eye, you know, you're in that world. That's basically how the art in the Mist game works.
Yeah.
Somebody brought up a good analogy there. That it's like that is where AI is at now. If you can thoroughly, to a fine enough detail, describe what you want at the start, the genie will grant your wish.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, you can ask it a partial question and you get a partial answer. But if you can like write a paragraph describing like, I need to take this and do this thing with it, and the goal, and my goal is to use it in this way, and I need to make sure it doesn't have any duplicates and it's sorted this way, it'll do all those things. Code, you don't like, there's the NVIDIA like no code thing. You could just like write your code through AI, like just describe your thing. It's like, yeah, that's basically what the entire basis of that game series was, but with an entire world. Like that's why having like a design document, that's why I really want to have fleshed out our plans for Digit Dungeons before we go into that. I'm not saying just feed it into AI and have it generate it, but like we can auto flesh out all of the scaffolding of that real easily, and then just spend our time and effort tuning it.
Yep.
Because like we know we could write it. It's all basic framework. We have written it already.
Yeah.
Let's light the code, reframework it out from scratch, fill in the fillers, and then go.
Yep. No, I get what you're saying 100%, and I think that's going to be the way to do it.
Light switch.
What if Balatro, but it's Tetramaster? Sooner or later, I'm going to shut up about Balatro. I promise.
No, it's you're allowed to have a game you like.
I know. I've been doing some of the challenges recently, and those have been fun.
Hey, chat. Watch me totally derail his brain. Hey, Jay. Hey, Jay. The DLC for Little to the Left came out.
Wait a minute, really? Really?
Yeah.
Legitimately, really?
Yeah.
Do update queued. Let me update now. Seeing stars. Oh my. Well. Yeah, I guess that's my plan for the evening then. I'm gonna have to. I didn't even realize that. Yeah. No, Little to the Left is definitely one of my favorites as well. With that in mind, I guess I'm going to go play video games. It is about that time, so I think we are going to be wrapping up here shortly-ish. Let's go see who's doing what. Who should we go hang out with?
Let me push my stock button on my stream deck here.
Same here.
I see Jiggy and Alex. Those are the only two I can see on mine.
Shovda,
But
Ryan,
I literally have a button.
Tabtai, Sailor. GDQ's live. SGDQ is coming up too, by the way. We did not get in this time around, but definitely check out SGDQ coming up this weekend. This weekend? That's real soon now, in any case.
Okay. We should not raid them, but I'm going to send you a picture because it's relevant.
Uh-oh.
I opened up there's a Twitch channel called Old Timey Computer Show.
Hey.
And
I know that screenshot.
It's like old-timey commercials and computer stuff from like the 80s. It's like bad. And right now, and their thumbnail right now is apparently Metroid, like 1.
Yeah.
I guess. Oh, hey, Jay's live.
I know I do this every week, but I told Jiggy I'd come check on his bot and see how everything's going. let's go show a little love to him because he's going to be at GDQ coming up soon, too. He's actually traveling tomorrow, I'm pretty sure. So,
Ooh.
I will start a little raid here. I'm going to put our raid call in the chat. Everybody go tell him it's Tuesday. Wish him a happy Tuesday. Copy that. Just tell him happy Tuesday. You know, tell him I sent you. But, yeah, we are going to call it for the day. Thank you very much for hanging out with us on the Blue House Bull Session. We will see you.
Make sure the outro screen is on before you raid.
I will. But we will absolutely see you next week around, and I will be back on Friday most likely. We'll probably hurgle over the weekend, and just join our Discord. Join our Discord. And keep track of what's going on with us. Much love to you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all your support, the cheers, the bits, the tips, everything. And we will see